If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants. To every action, there is always an equal and opposite reaction. I can calculate the motion of heavenly bodies, but not the madness of people. Nature is pleased with simplicity, and nature is no dummy. Plato is my friend, Aristotle is my friend, but my greatest friend is truth. What we know is a drop, what we don't know is an ocean. If I have done the public any service, it is due to my patient thought. Truth is ever to be found in simplicity, and not in the multiplicity and confusion of things. Tact is the art of making a point without making an enemy. I do not know what I may appear to the world, but to myself, I seem to have been only like a boy playing on the seashore, and diverting myself in now, and then finding a smoother pebble, or a prettier shell than ordinary, whilst the great ocean of truth lay all undiscovered before me. Live your life as an exclamation rather than an explanation. To explain all nature is too difficult, a task for any one man or even for any one age. 'Tis much better to do a little with certainty, and leave the rest for others that come after you, than to explain all things. I frame no hypotheses. I can make no sense out of this, but a mystery profound. To myself, I am only a child playing on the beach, while vast oceans of truth lie undiscovered before me. He who thinks half-heartedly will not believe in God, but he who really thinks has to believe in God. We build too many walls and not enough bridges. If other men would consider not so much wherein they differ as wherein they agree, there would be far less of uncharitableness and angry feeling in the world. I do not know what I may appear to the world, but to myself I seem to have been only like a boy playing on the seashore and diverting myself, and now and then finding a smoother pebble or a prettier shell than ordinary, whilst the great ocean of truth lay all undiscovered before me. To me there has never been a higher source of earthly honor or distinction than that connected with advances in science. In the absence of any other proof, the thumb alone would convince me of God's existence. I can explain the movement of heavenly bodies, but I cannot explain the madness of people. What is in motion is always troubled more or less, but when it is steady and quiet, it is then that the evil is greatest. I was like a boy playing on the seashore and diverting myself, now and then finding a smoother pebble or a prettier shell than ordinary, whilst the great ocean of truth lay all undiscovered before me. If all this be not true, it is at least as true as anything in Sir Thomas Browne, Burton, or Nick Carter. Gravity explains the motions of the planets, but it cannot explain who sets the planets in motion. To every action, there is always an equal and opposite reaction. In other words, the actions of two bodies upon each other are always equal and always opposite in direction. Nature and nature's laws lay hid in the night. God said, "Let Newton be," and all was light. I keep the subject constantly before me and wait till the first dawnings open slowly by little and little into a full and clear light. We are to admit no more causes of natural things than such as are both true and sufficient to explain their appearances. As a blind man has no idea of colors, so have we no idea of the manner by which the all-wise God perceives and understands all things. Nature is pleased with simplicity and affects not the pomp of superfluous causes. In the absence of any other proof, the thumb alone would convince me of God's existence. To every action, there is always an equal and opposite reaction, or the forces of two bodies on each other are always equal and are directed in opposite directions. What we know is a drop, what we don't know is an ocean. If I have ever made any valuable discoveries, it has been owing more to patient attention than to any other talent. Tact is the knack of making a point without making an enemy. The more time and devotion one gives to the truth, the less one finally thinks of it, for it becomes a part of one's life and consciousness, and therefore loses its brilliance. Nature is relentless and unchangeable, and it is indifferent as to whether its hidden reasons and actions are understandable to man or not. In the absence of any other proof, the thumb alone would convince me of God's existence.